Today on Random Help, we will be talking about 5 things you should do over the summer as an A-level student rather than just the normal one. If you want to see the normal one, what you should do just normally over the summer, check this I link here. This is for A-level students and what you guys should do to prepare yourself for the application process to come. Number 1 is choosing your university, and that is very important. So when choosing university, I mean going to open days, finding more information, researching. So you should research and everything about them. Look at the league tables where they stand. Be realistic as well. Look at the exams you've done and see, do I have a chance at this university or not, and then play it there. My recommendation is put 2 universities that you think, like, if you did exceptionally well, will get there, and 2 universities which you are kind of like, if you're on the borderline level, and then there's the 5th choice, which I leave that up to you, but I would always play it safe. Put 2 where you really want to go, and 3 where even if you win, it doesn't really matter, and you still get to go to university and still be able to get a degree at least. Anyways, let's go to your personal statements done. This is very important. And how do you do it? Well, you tend to have to be very personal. So I've been to a few lectures where they've talked about personal statements, and what they want is, like, in the first paragraph, to talk about yourself and what you why you want to do it. Number 2, the second paragraph should be like any work experience you have done. The third paragraph should be on any hobbies and things you do, and the last paragraph should just summarize you as a person and everything you've done in general. But when you do talk about any sort of work experience or any sort of qualification, achievements or hobbies, link it to why have you learned from it. That's the most important bit, not the fact that you've gone to it. Like, you could have gone there and learned nothing, but you have to say what you learned from it, and and everything you put in that personal statement, you have to be able to know about it in depth, because you could be like, there could be a little small thing about this little DNA you talked about, and they will go hammering with you in the interview. That's what I've been told by previous students. So be warned on that. Whether you're Another thing you can do is read outside of your curriculum. Maybe people are doing A2 and reading up on that, and I think that's a great thing to do. That's quite a smart thing to do. But you might want to read outside of the subject. So for me, I have an interest in cellular biology, so I went ahead and got this book. It's a great book, and it's a very simplistic book, and it explains all of cell biology from the very basics. So, and you learn a lot of new things that I never thought of. So you know you have the cytoplasm, but apparently it's actually the cytosol and things like that. And it's pretty interesting, and I think that's a pretty interesting book. Instead of reading on the topics you're doing, like you want to do at university, you should read books that aren't related to your degree you want to do, but you should do some sort of reading on other things that you may be interested in, and you could talk about that in your personal statement, and that could actually be showing that you're not just liking the degree itself, like everything in there, but you like other things as well, and you're a wide-minded person. Well-rounded person. That's what it is. Go to lectures. Lectures are very interesting. Well, I find them very interesting, and it gives you some insight into what you want to study. So for me, I've been kind of shaky on where I want to study on. So I've been to one on fluoroscopy. So this is related to a bit of nanotechnology. I wanted to do maybe, but that goes down my chemistry route apparently. So it's better to do that. Number 2 is I went to one on pheromones and how they work, and apparently they're not in humans per se. We don't know. There needs to be more research, and how there was all a lie about it. Just because of what's one paper, and I'll give you a whole video on what happened. It's very interesting. Another thing is that lectures help you to know what it's going to be like at university and how quickly you have to write notes. Like, I mean, when you're writing notes, you have to be like this, because it's really fast paced. So one of the things I would recommend is at university and things, like, I think you should record your lectures if they don't do it like the online system. Some of them do, like King's College, London do that. Yeah, so that's the only one I know that does that. So yeah, lectures, go to them, they're very important. Work experience is key. If you have not got any from the, like, for the whole year you didn't do any sort of work, didn't do anything like that, then you should do some sort of work experience. It would be best if you try to get it in the particular field you want to study in, but that's not always possible. So depending on what you need, some courses don't even need work experience at all, but like if you want to do something like medicine or law, try to maybe go and shadow maybe a doctor, or shadow a lawyer or something like that, because those are apparently crucial in terms of like getting a place at some universities. I know some like Manchester and Bristol are keen on those things, so be sure to get some work experience. It's very crucial. If you want, you could start applying for maybe longer term, say work, so that you can do it like every Saturday or something. Even if it's throughout year 13, they'll understand that you're doing something that you're committed to every week. Maybe you might have just started in summer, it doesn't matter, at least it's showing some commitment to work, and you can manage your time, and that's something you can put in your personal statement. Well, I hope you learnt something, and I hope you do all the things I've told you to do, because it's pretty important, and I've been to many lectures where they kept on telling you to do all of these things I've told you. So, that's all from me today. Random Help over and out, and I'll see you next time.
There was no tutorial system, so I don't know. I think we can gain objectives.